Well, guys, welcome back. I'm just walking out of my brother's last football game. They did win, but barely won. And I guess it's still a win. It might be their only win on the year, but it'd be like that sometimes in high school. Um, but now that I'm in town, I'm going to head over to the auction yard at the airport, and we're gonna just kind of quick peruse through um, the what's gonna be for sale tomorrow on the sale, um, and maybe we can hopefully uh, pick something out because I need a cultivator, I need a ripper, and I would like to get a bigger planter, but we'll see. I don't want to use my neighbor's, and I think he's gonna rent me some more ground. The way it sounds, I think he's gonna rent me that ground across the road that used to be my grandpa's. Whoop! Oh, I should pay attention to where I'm going. Um, but yeah. So talking and driving is not a good idea. We're gonna go ahead and head over to the auction yard, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, guys, we're just getting here now. Getting to the end with the tractors. There's a couple nice two-track Challenger tractors here. Couple case, good two-track, an old T-track. All right, well, I guess we'll get out because I want to look at this one. 8430 T, so that's not terribly old. I wish I didn't have that 3-point just sitting like that, but oh well. Looks really good. It's definitely used, I know, so maybe we'll just keep walking down the tractor line here. A couple more. Wow, they got some new. These are new. 8RT. Yeah, these three are all new. Must be the Deere dealerships ones. 8530. That'd be a nice tractor, but I don't need it. 8950. That'd be a nice tractor, but I don't need it. 8910. That'd be a nice tractor, but I can't afford. Well, I could afford these, and I definitely need them because I need something with a little bit more horse than the 47 has. But I don't think these ones are going to be it. A nice cat. I think these are 75. Yeah, 75C. It looks like they repainted it. It looks beautiful. But here's the ones that I really wanted to look at. It's an 8410 and an 8310. I think there's an 8110 and these might be 7800. Yeah. I would like either one of these. So whichever one I can get for a little bit cheaper, I'm going to go for. I'm guessing the 8310 is going to go a little bit cheaper, which is fine. But it'll be able to do everything I need it to do. 7800. There's another 7800 here without the grill guard. And then 7R. Here's what I also wanted to look at, but I'm not going to buy. But I think my neighbor's going to buy, the one that I work for, or because there's 2 or 3 of these on the sale. They're fertilizer spreaders that you can also hook the anhydrous bar or anhydrous tanks up to. They're really nice to use, but we'll see. I won't be getting that, but here's a Landau. I can't afford it, I'm sure, but I would like to buy one of these eventually. If I can get one of these tractors, maybe we'll look at that. But here's one of the cultivators I wanted to look at. Well, I need to buy one of them. There's this one, and then there's another one identical to it down a little bit farther. So hopefully by the time we get down to that end, most of the people have spent all the money. Yeah. So here's another one of those fertilizer bars. This is just like the anhydrous setup instead of having the fertilizer bar on it, or the fertilizer tank on it too. Here's the other cultivator that I want to look at, identical to that one. Here's a 24-foot disc. I'd look at this just because it's like 6 more feet wider than mine, which isn't much, but when you can get a little bit wider and a little bit faster, that'd be nice. Deep sunflower ripper. Looks like it's a plane going by. As you guys know, this is at the airport, so they're usually pretty loud for whatever good reason. They gotta go out. This is part of an air drill. I'm pretty sure it was my neighbor that owned this the tank that it gets pulled behind, or vice versa, the tank that pulls behind this was like severely damaged in the same storm that demolished my farm. So that's why he's selling this. A Harrow? No. Oh, Diamond Harrow. Yeah, a Diamond Harrow. Can't believe I got that right. Another disc. This is a little bit bigger than the Landall one down at the other end that I was looking at. My landlord wanted to look at this. Or my landlord. My neighbor wanted to look at this. It's a Max chisel. But I don't know what he's planning. These are overlapping for whatever reason. Not sitting on top of each other. Gosh. Don't think that was planned. But just ignore that I fixed that. We got the case ripper here that I'm interested in, but there's a deer one that's got a disc gang on the front, so then I don't hit the disc in front of it. So we'll look at this, see what it goes for. If it goes for really cheap, maybe I'd buy it, but I don't. The only reason I'm not gonna buy it is because of these rippers that are over top of each other here. This one is a 9 shank. It looks, yeah, that's the 9 shank. Here's the 13 shank. I'm probably gonna go for the, well, we'll see. If I can get one of those tractors, I'll try to go for the 13 shank because I can go a little bit wider than, a little bit faster, a little bit wider. Yeah, another one of those nutrient bars that I was talking about. Our neighbor will look at that too. Here's his old corn head. I won't skip over the mocktail here, the Kenzie mocktail, but the neighbor's old corn head for his combine that's for sale over there. It's 12-row folding deer. Got a Kilbros box without the running gear, but it also has the auger on it, which is interesting. That's really cool looking. But yeah, I have no need for that. Demco grain cart, that's cool. Easy Trail wagon. I wonder if this is the other one. No, because I have a J&M. Maybe I'll look at that. We'll see what price it goes for. Oh, a Kloss head, New Holland head, another Kloss head, case, 2 case heads, and a 625 deer. Is this my 625? No, I didn't have the air bar. Yep. Oh, this is the other one. So when I went to buy my 625 head that I've now gotten rid of because of the storm, this was the other one that deer had that I was looking at, but they wanted $5,000 more because of this A-bar on it. And then it was a little bit nicer than mine, which it's really a lot nicer than mine now because mine's in a scrap heap, I'm pretty sure. But we'll move on. We got a Case FHX 300 chopper that you'd pull behind a tractor instead of a chopper unit that's separate, like the ones that use these 2 heads. And then we got several combines. A nice Kloss. See, this cat I'd be interested in if it went for the right price, but I don't think it's going to go for the right price, unfortunately. We'll see, though. Hopefully, I don't really need a combine as long as the neighbor lets me work for him, but I'm guessing the way he's talking, I'm guessing he wants to downsize enough where just him and his brother can farm together, and they don't have to pay me to help out. They can just farm. So we'll see. Probably he wanted to have lunch after not lunch, dinner after the sale tomorrow. So we'll find out what he's thinking. So here's the other combine that I'd be interested in. I've already looked at. I wanted to put duals on here, and I think I can find a set pretty easily if I can get it for the right price. Another Kloss that's beautiful looking. The crappy thing is the heads are going to sell before the combines. So if that happens, then I won't buy a combine and I won't have any heads for it, unfortunately. So, okay, we'll keep moving here. Here's a 9610. Curious if it's mine, because they said they were able to fix the head or the cab up, which, if you remember from the storm, it was damaged. It was damaged a lot. That's too far. It was damaged a lot, and they had to they had to take the cab off, and they just replaced the cab basically. But mine had duals, but I think they said this is still it because they just took the duals off and sold them to another customer that they had, took their tires, put it on this combine, and now they're selling it. So here is my neighbor's 9870 that he's selling. He did try to offer me, I will admit, he tried to offer it to me, but it was way too much combine for what I need. And as much as I would like to have a combine like this and as new as this, I just can't afford it right now. Yeah, this thing's gonna go on auction here. Probably go to $200,000 if I had to guess, because it's pre-def and everything. Whereas that cat or this 2588 is, or even this other Colossus Lexion, either any three of these are probably going to go under 50,000, which I can afford, but we'll see. And we got a new R40 45, yeah, just like the one my neighbor's selling, or my neighbor has, not selling. Plane lands and takes off again. Weird. We got a Patriot 350. Looks really nice. I'd have some questions to my neighbor because he has mainly case stuff, so I'm surprised he didn't go with the Patriot. So I wonder if something's there. If he had a reason for not going with it, but I think they're pretty good machines. So yeah. Onto the planners now. You got some 6-row Kenzie. That doesn't have markers, so that's not going to work. I was interested in this white 9800, but I think it's going to go way too high. I'll bid on it, but I think it's going to want to go for, I'm guessing it's going to go for $40,000, and the most I can spend on a planner right now is probably 15 to 20 at absolute most, and that's hoping that my corn does as good as my soybeans, because I'll be honest with you guys, I got a $50,000 check for my soybeans this year. Don't really know why. It's farm sim, so the money's a little bit sideways, but yeah. So we'll keep moving on. Back to the acting. Here's the white planner. It's identical to my neighbor's. I think it's the 9800 version. It doesn't say the number somewhere, does it? I don't know. It's the high-speed version. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing right. So I obviously I can bet on that. 6-row Kenzie. We'll skip over that. But here's what I was interested. There's 3 of these Kenzie 3200s. Yeah, we got liquid, 2 liquid fertilizer ones, and then 1 without, which I would be more interested in the 1 without because I think it's going to go for a little bit cheaper. But we'll see, because we'll know what the price of this one is before we get to this one. So yeah, and then they got some loaders here, but obviously I'm not interested in the loaders. So I'll probably see you guys right away in the morning before we head to the auction. But because I think I'm going to dip into a little bit of corn just to see what the moisture is before we come to the auction in the morning. Just because if that corn's ready, once we get done with the auction, we have a week. With this auction, they give us a week to pick up the equipment. But if that corn's not quite ready yet, then maybe we'll wait a little bit longer. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well guys, wasn't exactly expecting this morning. They had a 20% chance, I guess, which still means there's a chance, but yeah, it's supposed to be over though before we go to the auction, which it is 8 o'clock, so I was hoping to get a little bit of corn combine before we go. But I guess that won't happen now. So I guess I'll see you guys down at the auction yard here in about 10-20 minutes then. Okay, guys, we got to the auction yard here. I decided I wanted to walk in the rain. Just seemed fitting for today, to be honest with you. Um, but just a quick reminder of what I'm looking at. I would look at this T-track over here. Not really practical for me. So, I mean, it's nice. It would be nice to have. But this 75C would be nice. This 8910. If they... I'll say this. From the 8950 there, the case one, down to this 70, or well, you know what, this 8110. If any of these tractors seem to be going for a very cheap price, I'm gonna bid on them. Because uh, I need a higher horsepower tractor to be able to pull this cultivator, and if I can get either 8410 or the 8310, that disc and the 12 row planter, then yeah, we'll see. You guys will see after the auction. Well, you know what? I'll probably check in the middle of the auction once we get past this cultivator. If I get this cultivator bought, we'll check in with you. If not, I'll check in before they get to the combine. So with that, oh, I guess I will say I got about $200,000 saved up from paychecks to the little bit of insurance money payouts for losing the 14 and the combine and the combine's heads and wagons, all the stuff. And I should say I made about $50,000 off the beans. I don't remember. I think I said that last night. Now that I think about it, but also the timber, which now that I think about it means I probably actually have $250,000 I can spend. So that a lot of money for me, but we're gonna spend it like they wanted me to do, to upgrade some equipment, to replace a bunch of it, and yeah. So like I said though, if this disc, if I buy this disc, I'll have to sell my disc, so that'll save me a little bit of money. And then yeah, planner as well. If I can get one of those 12 rows, I can sell my planner. So that'll give me a bunch of money too back. So there'll be that. But yeah, you know what? I'll stop talking now, and I'll see you guys at the end, or probably midway through the auction. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, welcome back to the auction. So a little interesting update. Neighbor did buy this bar, as much as he's been telling me he's trying to downsize right now. He bought this fertilizer and anhydrous bar. So yeah, that's cool. As you can see, some of the guys have already left with their tractors. They're down. There's another driveway kind of like this, right by the combines. Right next to the rippers. They're taking a 30-minute break for the auctioneers to go to the bathroom right now. And we're gonna wait for this plane to fly by. Okay, so on to what I was actually here to update you with. I got the 8310. I'm really happy with that. It'll be plenty of horsepower for me for right now. I bid on the 75C here. Probably shouldn't have, didn't really need to. Got a little bit closer than I thought I was going to get to actually buying it. Because it only went for Dremel. I won't do that, sorry. It only went for $35,000. But it's a good tractor. They said the engine was rebuilt in it. But yeah, the 8910 went for 45, which is more than I was willing to spend on it. The 8950 went for 55, way more than I was willing to spend. The 8RX, I don't know what that went for. I wasn't paying attention. The 4T, or what is this again? 430T track went for 60,000. It's pre-def. I think that's the main reason. It's the same horsepower as well, it's chip tuned, so it's the same exact horsepower as the 8R410s that were here that have already left now. Um, so they're same horsepower pre-def. I think I heard the last bid was 60,000. It might be actually have gone for more than that because I really just stopped paying attention till they got down to the 8950. Once they got past 30,000 on this thing, I said, "See ya." I'm not gonna even look at it. But yeah, so yeah, we got the 8310. Super excited with that. And then I guess, we only paid $30,000 for it. So what am I gonna do 5 minutes later? I'm gonna buy this disc. Didn't really need to at all. Like I said, that deer one I got's really good. It's just 20 foot wide, and this is 30 foot wide. So yeah. This cultivator. Oh, I guess this cultivator and this disc. I bought them for $25,000. So that's why I bought them. So if you're keeping a total at home, which no one does, we have now spent of the money I have available, which I said I had like $250,000 available. I'm not going to spend 50,000 of that for taxes and then, buying some supplies for next year. But and then we also get corn harvest here, so we'll have some extra money. But yeah, so yeah, we're at a grand total of $55,000 right now, and they're gonna when they get back, they're gonna start selling the rippers over there that I was looking at. So yeah, with that, I will see you guys I think just at the yeah, we'll just do it at the end of the auction this time. Well, guys, welcome back after the auction. It's about 6 o'clock now. My truck's sitting on the other side with the wagon that I bought. I'll show you guys that at home. Or actually, maybe I'll just show you in the next video when we're doing corn harvest. Because I need to get going here. I gotta go have dinner with my landlord. My neighbor. So, anyways, I bought the 13 shank ripper like I was hoping I would. But I spent some money and bought the combine and one of its headers. I was really excited about this header. So they had two of these. Like I said, they had two of these for sale at the same time, or not at the same time on this auction. And I bought the newer version one. Wow, that plane crept up on me. Sorry about that, as always. But the combine went for $60,000. 60 after everything, it was like 65 basically is what it went for, and the head went for 10, which awesome. So we're basically $80,000 into combine now. Wasn't expecting to spend this much on the auction today, but it is what it is. We spent a grand total of, I believe, $125,000. I think total, if I'm at 130,000, I think is the final total. So I had to go find a bigger planter if I want a bigger planter. The ones here went for way more expensive than I was willing to pay for any of them. But as I said in one of the updates, my landlord bought this, and then we just pulled everything over here that we bought. And yeah, he bought the max chisel like he thought he would. So yeah. I gotta get going. I'll go have dinner, and I don't think any of this will be back to the house yet before we start harvesting corn in the morning. But I'm taking the keys with me, and yeah. So I gotta find a corn head for the combine, and then, well, I like a header trailer too, but I'm farming just across the road for myself, basically. Or I will be farming if everything goes the way it sounded like it will be. So yeah, I will see you guys. Shoot. I guess, yeah, I'll see you back at the house, so I can at least show you the wagon, and then I'll end the video there. Okay, guys, we're back at the house now. I did buy the Easy Trail 500 bushel wagon. I was talking with the landlord, and he's like, well, you're gonna need it if you're gonna pick up this ground, so I guess he has in his mind that I'm going to be picking up the ground now. So Wasn't really expecting that, but here we are. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go have dinner with him, and then I will see you guys maybe in the morning. I think I don't know. We'll see if I remember after dinner to record what happens, or not to record what happens, but to give you an update on everything. Um, but I might just wait until the morning when and then I'll just cut that out and give you guys the little bit of an update before we start corn harvest tomorrow. So, well, not start corn harvest. We're gonna finish corn harvest tomorrow, but yeah. Anyways, whatever. I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds for you. Okay, guys. Good morning. Welcome back. As you can see, we got everything brought home last night. After dinner, they got all excited and everything, and we took their header trailer down, and we got my header back, my combo. Actually, we got everything back. Mainly because I could help them get some stuff back too, but we got my tractor back, my ripper back, the disc, the cultivator, and obviously the combine. The combine's not going to stay in this shed, but it's in here for now. I'm going to try and get some room in here. I think I can get the disc right in front of the cultivator here. Or maybe I'll move the hay, but anyways, I'll stop talking like that. You guys don't care about that, but yeah. So, I guess the big update that I keep talking about that the landlord was going to confirm last night at dinner, and he did. And I'm super excited to announce that I will be able to farm all of my grandpa's ground again. So if you remember from way back at the start of this series, I have no idea how many episodes ago now. My grandpa used to farm this chunk, the other chunk that we're waiting to combine corn. Actually, we're going to be combining corn here in a little bit. Seeing they must have taken one of the trailers home last night or something's wrong with the truck. Anyways, but yeah, we'll be able to farm this next year, all of this, and we're gonna farm the little piece. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it yet or not. He said we could, but the other part to that they told me, unfortunately, is they are trying to downsize enough where they can just farm just the two of them. They don't need any extra help, that, or at least not that much, other than, a couple times during harvest, couple times during planting, So, yeah. So I will not have a job anymore, but I will be able to farm a ton more and should be able to. I mean, I live alone, so I don't need a ton and I have a bunch of money saved up. Other than the fact that I need to buy a planter now and a corn head. Yeah, so so there's that big update. We'll be quadrupling the size of our farm between what we're gonna add from this hillside here that we're gonna start farming. Actually, it's gonna be way more than quadrupling. I mean, and then we're gonna rent this ground back and the other ground still on the backside over there. But yeah, so this will be the last harvest that I'll help them with. Maybe I'll help out next year. And he said that if I wanted to, during spray season next year, they can let me rent their sprayer, and I could sell my sprayer back here. But I think I'm just gonna keep mine, and we'll just spray my stuff myself. Then I don't have to rent theirs. But yeah. So with that being said, they're coming to pick up the disc today, and then they're going to look at the cultivator. I sold the disc back to, well, it's through the John Deere dealership, but it was to some other guy across the state, is my understanding. But I got $15,000 out of this disc. Super excited about that because I paid for that disc then, which this is whatever this is, 18-foot wide. I have no idea. I don't know the numbers on these things. It says 630. That makes no sense because I'm pretty sure that's 30-foot wide and this is not, or whatever that one is. Anyways, sorry for jerking the camera around like that. Yeah, so we got 15,000 for that. They think I can get 10,000 out of this planter at least. So it gives me about 60,000 to work with trying to find a planter now. So we're gonna go look at the Case dealership after we get done with harvest, and we'll go look at the Deere dealership. I don't think I can afford any of the Deere ones. There's a 12-row Case center fill that I could probably afford, but like I said, we'll see. And then there's a couple Kensies around the area that I know are for sale. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to end this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's another auction episode. Why you go? Okay, guys, welcome back. This is just basically, I literally just walked over from my house. I just ended the last vlog, giving you all the updates. But I'll give you the quick update again. This will be my last harvest. That's going to be the title of the video. But this will be my last harvest helping out my neighbor, I guess. They decided they're going to shrink up a little, or downsize. Basically, all they're going to farm is everything around their property up there. That's all they're going to farm now, which they can handle. Him and his brother can handle, they said. So they offered the ground down here for me to rent, to own, basically. Is, I don't think I said that in at the end of the last episode there, but it's rent to own. I'm going to rent it for 5 years here, or 2 to 5 years, and then I will buy it, which is my hope. But I should be able to buy these 2 pieces here, and then the smaller ones that I'm farming on the backside over there. But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's, what else do I have? Yeah. With that, we'll just go ahead and jump the combine, get her started and get her warm up, and then we'll just get right into the time lapse. Well, yeah, I'll just get into the time lapse. There's no reason for me to keep talking, honestly. So I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse of corn harvest. Oh, I guess I gotta say, yeah, we'll be corn harvesting. We'll in this episode, we're gonna harvest corn right here, and then we're gonna combine all my corn, which is just the field right over by my house, and then that little patch right over there that honestly I think I could fit all in the combine, but we'll see. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse, and thank you for watching. morning, everyone. Welcome back to beautiful Taheton County, Iowa. Today oh, look at the little deer running through. Today we gotta go look at, hey buddy, where are you going? Oh, you're gonna go phase through everything? Okay, well. Anyways, we are going to go look at a couple used planters, a couple used corn heads, and also hopefully get the neighbor's new fertilizer rig picked up, and then we're gonna put some anhydrous and P&K on the field on the other side here, and hopefully our other soybean field that's gonna be corn next year, we're gonna put the fertilizer on there too. So quick updates around the farm. Got the combine stacked away in the shed nice like I'd hoped. We got the duals off the 4760 for probably the first time, and I have no idea how long it's been. I honestly, in my lifetime, never saw my grandpa take these off. So, yeah. Got everything stacked in there, nice. We got a nice new power washer, new to us power washer. And I guess the biggest update, this is my neighbor's old truck that since he doesn't have any helpers anymore, they don't really need, because he just had this truck around for the neighbors to have, or for the helpers to have, or the workers to have. So if anyone needed to do anything during work, they can take this one instead of taking their own. But now they just kind of downsized. They got one farm truck, I think, and then he's got his personal truck, and his brother has his own personal truck. But I bought this truck and this header trailer from them for $21,000 as like a little package deal. So they have that folding corn head, and now that they don't have to come down the road and go over a couple random bridges and railroad crossings, and they're just farming everything up the hill there, or on top of the hill around their house, they said, "You want to buy that one?" And I said, "Definitely." So we went ahead and bought this header cart from them, and now I don't have to worry about finding a header cart, but we gotta go look at some corn heads today and a couple soybean planters first, or not soybean planters, just planters in general. But yeah. So with that being said, I will see you guys at the Case dealership. Okay, guys, as you can see, we got to the Case dealership here. We got, I think this is 12 row with the liquid system. This is what I'm looking for. There's another one. It's got numbers on it. It's number 18 apparently. But there's a used one exactly like this for sale, but I think it's on tracks, which I'm very interested in, but the prices are about the same as the thing. So I'm more tempted to go with this one from the Case dealership, because obviously the Case dealership's going to go through it, whereas the used one, I have no idea, and I might have to still bring it into the Case dealership and have them look it over. So, then they got a 16 row by the looks, or 24. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 16 row. I mean, I'd be interested, but I don't need a 16 row. We'll go 12 row. So, we got that. So, with that being said, we're gonna head over to the Kenzie. I don't think. Oh, they do have a couple corn heads over here. That's just one. They have one corn head. It's a 8-row Case corn head. All right. Well, I see the neighbor brought in his old tractor now. All right. Well, we need to quit getting distracted. We got a busy day, so let's go ahead and head over to the next one, which I think it's basically gonna do a big loop in the county. There's one over by the John Deere dealership. There's one straight south of him, and then there's one by the airport. So I'll see you guys at the next one. Okay, guys, as you can see, we're pulling into a guy. It's a little bit of a bigger operation here, but he's the only one in the area that actually had a true Lexion head, or Kloss head, for sale. I don't mind it, but I think there's a 12-row folding that we're going to look at this afternoon that I think I'll like more. Doesn't even strap down. Doesn't even look like it's strapped down. And what else we got? We got this 1223 Kenzie planter. I'm very interested in this, but I think there's another one today that we're going to look at that's got a fertilizer system on it too. So I tell him I'll give him a text and say I'm going to go look at a couple others. But if someone, I'm not going to tell him to hold it for me, but if someone were to show up and have a good price for him, I'd say sell it. But I'm gonna go look at those other ones first, and then we will. I think there's just, yeah, one more planer we're gonna look, or two more planers we're gonna look at, and one more corn head. So I will see you guys at the next one. Okay, guys, as you can see, we're pulling into the next guy's place here. And he, yep, said he was going to have him sitting right by the bins, so, or have it sitting right by the bins. And this is one that I'm very interested in. Hopefully he doesn't hear this, but it's got a fertilizer. It's just 12 row, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just 12 row. Got a fertilizer system on it, though, and it's center fill, which I'd really like that. And, oh, man, this thing is... He ain't wrong that he said he didn't put a whole lot of acres on it, but he wanted something different, so... I don't know. Gosh, I'm very interested in that. Well, I guess we can't make any decisions till we see the last planner at least. And we'll see. We'll see when we get there, see how good that one is in, because the last one is the 12-row case one, and the 12-row case dealership, or the case dealership, a lot closer than the nearest Kinsey dealership is the big thing. For me, like, I go around the corner of the case dealership, basically, whereas Kinsey dealership, I gotta go to a city about an hour away to get parts for that thing. Which, don't get me wrong, I go to that city anyways a lot of times because they got Menards and Fleet Farm and Baumgars and all that stuff around, so... You know, we gotta go there sometimes, but I prefer to limit the amount of times I gotta go to that city, you know? So, with that rambling going on, I will go ahead and head to the next planter, which I think is just on the other side of the trees right here in front of us. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, so I wasn't completely wrong that I was on the other side of the trees, but there's another road over there, so... here it is. It's on tracks, got the fertilizer system. I mean, it's got everything I want. I'm just torn because I really like that Kinsey one. Maybe we'll think about it while we're spreading fertilizer today. But yeah, like I said, it looks remarkable. I think the biggest thing is going to be price. I think this thing is going for 25,000. The Kinsey is going for 20,000, but honestly, factoring in how far away the dealership is, I'd almost say the price difference would match then. I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit. I'll talk to my neighbor, see what he thinks, and I mean what he likes about a Kinsey planter, because he used to have a couple Kinsey planters before he got his white one. But yeah, I think if I remember right though, the Hornhead, obviously it's not at this guy's place, it's just right up at the place that's right next to the airport, which I don't know how you live right next to the airport and not go crazy, but especially as many planes take off at this airport as they do, holy cow. I think it's that house right there. I'll check my phone here. Yep, it is the right house. Okay. Awesome. And he said it would be back at the back part of the yard, just around the corner of the bend. Oh, yep, look at that. Well, I can already tell you I really like the looks of it. I think if this is a true 12 row. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6, yeah. Okay. Yep, it's a 12 row. So I think you guys are now looking at my new corn head. So, we'll see. I think he wanted $20,000 for it. It's a nice folding one that I can stash away in the sheds easy enough, so. Yep, I think we found it. That's a big sigh of relief today. One less thing to think about. So, I will see you guys back at the house after I get the fertilizer bar picked up from the neighbor. So, I'll see you in a minute. Well, guys, I don't think you're going to believe this, but I conveniently got a call from the agronomist right as I was pulling into the field there. And he said, don't worry about putting on any fertilizer this year because he forgot. And so did I, because I even did it when I used to work for the co-op, that we put a bunch of fertilizer on that field last spring. And based on the soil tests that he did, it showed that we didn't need any fertilizer. So I unfortunately don't get to use this lovely new toolbar, but it is what it is, and I guess we'll just kind of maybe put some on with the planter, just a little bit of starter stuff. But yeah, so I guess we have the time to go pick up the corn head now, and then we'll make a decision on the planter here in a little bit. So I will see you guys when we get back to the neighbors, drop this off and get my truck. Okay guys, as you can see, we're just pulling in here. It's a long chain, so hopefully everything goes over right. And we'll just park it here in the grass because that's where I picked it up from. But the agronomist said they won't charge me for anhydrous, thankfully. Because he thought we even need some, but forgot how much fertilizer they had put on last spring. And since soybeans don't use much fertilizer, then there's no need to put more on. You're just wasting money at that point. So, yep, I do like that setup though. So we will use it eventually whenever we actually have crops that use fertilizer. But yeah, with that, I'll see you guys after I pick up the corn head, and maybe we'll be getting in a tractor to go pick up the planter too. So I'll see you guys in a second for you. Okay, guys, as you can see, I went down and I went and got a planter. Like I said, I was not really expecting to, but I just talked to the Case dealership a little bit more, talked to the nearest Kenzie dealership a little bit more, and decided on the planter I wanted. So I'll do a loop here in the middle of the field so I can get around to. Yes, I just left the ripper in the middle of the field because I can. Because I'm gonna have to back it in. I'm gonna have to back planter into the shed here. But yeah, with that, I guess I'll show you, because I'm sure that's the only reason you're still watching. I bought the 12 row on tracks. I might still go trade it in, honestly, for the one that's on wheels. They're basically the same price, and they said they'll lock in the price for the next month. If I decided to switch it, I can go up there and switch it with the one at the Case dealership that I showed you guys that is just on wheels. So, yeah, it's got fertilizer system and everything. I've already told you that. Here's the corn head. Got that back a little while ago. Before I went and got the corn planter. Got her shoved in the corner there. But when I was up at the neighbors, kind of talked with him after I realized I didn't need to spread fertilizer, he's like, hey, you remember you have a liquid fertilizer and a herbicide tank and some corn bags in my shed? I'm like, I honestly kind of forgot. But he's like, yeah, we kind of shoved them in one corner of the shed to separate it from his stuff. And he's like, yeah, if you would like to take those back, you can. And so we just threw them in the back of my truck, and then he let me take his pallet forks because he no longer needs these pallet forks for his tractor. He's got I think he still has a little skid loader that he uses, but not positive. He sold a lot of equipment and changed a lot of equipment already, and it's been 1 month since I stopped helping him. So yeah, anyways, that's random rambling, but yeah. So we're gonna try this out for a little while. We'll see. Maybe I'll look, if I don't like it next spring, maybe I'll look at one of the auctions next fall, and maybe we'll buy a Kenzie or something then. Well, guys, welcome back to Taheton County, Iowa. This is, I think, just the afternoon that I think I just ended the last episode. I got the planter picked up, and all I did was rearrange the shed and stuff so I could get the bean header and the wagons backed in, and the cultivator's still back there. But we'll be using the disc to rip up some of the grass over here that we're going to put into a crop field. Some of this we're going to plant back into regular grass. So we have a little bit better access behind the trees there. But first I want to rip up these corn stalks so that all this is kind of even plain, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm trying new mic settings, kind of just break the fourth wall here. Trying new mic settings. I been very frustrated with like all the previous episodes of every series that I have going here. The way I hear it on my system sounds different than in the recordings, and then sounds even more different on YouTube when I upload them. So I think now I might be a little bit closer to what I like. We'll see. We're gonna go through this episode, and if I don't like it again, I'll change it again and try and get it a little bit quieter, because in the last episode, which I didn't really say anything at the start, I just kind of started changing some settings throughout the episode, trying to get stuff to work. Yeah, so I'm trying to get stuff to work. Like I said, I just don't know what is going to work yet, and what sounds, when I'm editing, it sounds different. Like I said, it sounds different when I'm editing versus in person or in the YouTube video versus what it even sounds like when I'm recording it. So I don't know, there must be somewhere that I have a miscommunication, but I think I got a couple settings changed that at least make the mic sound a little bit louder, so it doesn't sound like I'm whispering most of the time. So with that, that was enough rambling. Like I said, we got to get these corn stalks ripped, and then I got to get that grass ripped, and then I'll have a couple other updates at the end of the episode for you. Yeah, I'll just save it all. I was going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, but that kind of gives it all away. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse of ripping corn stalks. welcome back after the time lapse of getting all that corn stubble turned over. But now we gotta get into, I want to get this grass patch turned over so we can farm it next year. Hopefully I can figure out how to get some of these trees removed eventually, but right now they're just kind of stuck. There's one here and then there's one down there that the game's just glitched and won't let me cut out, so oh well. We'll just move on. But yeah, we're gonna get this all cut out, so there's gonna be another time lapse here of I think I'm just gonna do the outline so you guys can kind of see it, and then I'll show you up in the drone what it's gonna look like, and then maybe I'll do a little bit of going back and forth, but we'll see. I'll kind of decide. I don't want to make these crazy long videos for you, but I still want to make them so I'm not just skipping over a whole bunch of stuff I'm doing too. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse of opening up a new field. Okay guys, welcome back after that lovely time lapse of getting all this new field opened up. I'll jump up into the drone here and I'll show you guys what it's going to look like in a second. But okay guys, we're in the drone now. As you can see, it definitely doubles, maybe almost triples the amount of acres that I have in this field here. But yeah, it'll hopefully, I mean, I can see why they didn't farm it before, that's for sure. Plenty hilly, but yeah, it'll give me a nice little field here to work with, and hopefully hopefully grow the farm, because this is the only tract that I actually own. Everything else is, well, the stuff across the road there, I rent to own right now. I don't fully own it yet, and the stuff on the backside is just rented now. I think I said in the previous video, the little fields that I farmed this year, originally they were going to be a rent to own, just like these two are, but I decided, and they also were in agreement when we came up with it, of I don't really, I mean, I'll take the farm ground obviously, but it's kind of those fields probably shouldn't be farmed kind of thing, so they in a couple of years after I start the process of officially buying the fields across the road here, or to get the loans to buy the rest of the contract out for the fields across the road, they are going to either put those fields up for sale, or they're just going to put it in CRP, because they'll probably get a good price on CRP out of those fields anyways. So with that, I'll get out of the drone, and then I'll give you guys the final update for this video. Okay guys, back in the yard here now. Got the drone put away. Probably shouldn't have been flying that in this little dreary rain, but oh well. So final update. As I've told you guys before, I cannot support this farm on my own. Unfortunate side of farming in 2024. Everything costs so much, and there's living in the United States. We don't have free healthcare or anything like that. So I can't afford to go to the doctor if I don't have a job. So I am gonna go back to. It's the same co-op, but not going to be the same location. It's just going to be their north location in the county here. I'm gonna go there, but I'm just going to be basically a custom applicator now. I won't be doing any. I shouldn't be doing any trucking, and I won't be there for a good portion of the winter and fall. I won't be there, but like late spring when they need to start spraying, or early spring when we need to put some fertilizer, or early summer when they need some more spraying, and then late fall when we put some anhydrous on, stuff like that, I'll be helping out with. So with that, morning everyone, welcome back to beautiful Taheton County, Iowa. Today, as you can hear, my truck's already warming up, but we need to go stop by the co-op I'm going to be working at and check in, and then I'll probably give you guys a little bit of a tour of that place, because I don't think I've been to the north one. I've obviously shown you the co-op in the local town near me, but not the one on the north side of the county. But yeah, I'll show you that, and then I got told that the guy that used to work with my grandpa a bunch, he is retiring from farming, and originally he offered all of his ground for me to rent, which was way too much. I could not afford that because I still am renting to buy the stuff on the other side of the road here. But he offered for me to rent to own his acreage and the 2 fields behind his house at least, and then he'd keep renting out the other stuff. But he's going to keep living at the acreage until we buy the acreage and the 2 fields in a couple years. But I'll show you that too. But I was hoping that's going to be me and my brother renting that. I know he's just graduating, or he will be just graduating from high school, so probably a little bit of extra pressure on him that he doesn't need right now, but at least he has a place to live when he graduates, or in a couple of years at least when he graduates from college, if he decides to go to college, which sounds like he's going to go to a technical college. So yeah, with that, we'll go ahead and jump in the truck, and I'll drive over to the co-op that I'm going to be working at. Okay guys, as you can see, we're getting pulled up here. The co-op here on the left, the animal sale yard on my right. And eventually I'll show you the animal sale yard when we get more into cattle or hogs or whatever we decide to do. But yeah, here is the co-op. You know what? I'll run into the office here, and then I'll give you guys an update, or kind of show you around. So just give me 1 minute. I promise I'll be right back. Okay, guys. As you can see, I was conveniently parked right in front of two guys that were trying to leave. One was in the one delivery truck, and the other one was a gal that works at a different office. Um, Actually, the office that I used to work at. But I'll kind of give you a tour around here quick. I guess I don't know. I don't know. There ain't much up. I guess there's not a whole lot different than you'd expect from a co-op, honestly. But as you can see, they already got the liquid or the spray trailer hooked up. It's actually, it usually gets parked in one of the sheds back here, if I'm not mistaken. They got one of the dry boxes. I think they might have used these this fall, and that's why they're hooked up. Now that I think about it, duh, that makes sense. But they got, I think they have two Patriot sprayers. I don't know where the other one is. Maybe it's parked in a different shed. Then they got a dry box, like another dry box on another deer sprayer or spreader sprayer. And then they got two sprayers here, one with fat tires and one with the pizza cutters, as I call them, the narrows. I think they're both. I think all these the R40. Oh no, that's a 4940, and these two are R40 45s. I got some anhydrous bars over here. Another liquid, or not liquid. Another sprayer trailer, another dry box trailer. Got seed house here. It's not as nice as the other one, or as the other co-op that I worked at. That one's brand new. Then I think they got a liquid house right here too. Yep, this is a liquid house, and that's the dry box or dry fertilizer plant. So my understanding is the other co-op that I used to work at has now mainly just become a seed sales and just sales in general. And then this is like the fulfillment center for the county now. So this one, they, how do I, yeah, this one, they run all the fertilizer through now. They even, if I'm not mistaken, they can put some fertilizer overhead in there, so like a train can come in, dump it, and go in overhead in the old grain mill there. And that the grain mill doesn't work here anymore. Most of the other site is, so I'll just say that most of the other site is seed sales, feed and feed making and feed sales, and then just sales in general. I guess they do a lot of crop stuff still because they're still on the same line. They got a little bit of a better loop over there that they can hook up trains and stuff and unload trains. But yeah, this one's more just the fulfillment side. Like I said, you can come in still to the office here and you can order your chemical and your supplies, and you can usually pick it up same day here, whereas down there it's they'd have to either they'd send you up here to get it, or they'd have to ship it from here down to there. So yeah, we'll go back over here. Obviously, I walked right past these beautiful tractors, but these are the variable rate dry spreaders. So basically, like the setup my neighbor has, except for I think these can be truly variable rate, whereas the one that my neighbor has is more just limited to a flat rate across the bar, whereas this one I think you can change individual sections, which a section on here, if I remember right, is two rows at a time, if that makes sense. And then these two, and then these two. Yeah. Anyways, don't need to do that whole thing, but yeah, and then you can pull in hydrous. I'm pretty sure these tanks are all empty, because the anhydrous fill station is by the other co-op, the South Co-op, and then there's one several miles outside of town too, and that's where they normally fill up. They have just an extra storage one at the other co-op, but since it's in town, they prefer not to use it because of the risk to everyone around and even the high school nearby. But yeah, the other one over there outside of town is the one that they use to main fill all their tanks, and they usually have most of the tanks sitting out there. But yeah, so I've probably rambled enough. We should probably get headed over to, yeah, it is getting kind of late, I think, if I remember right. He said he wanted to have dinner if I would stop out. we can go and he'd grill something quick. And yeah, so I'll go stop over at that guy or the my grandpa's old friend's place, and I'll kind of show you around there. He's supposed to have a retirement auction. I can't really afford much, but he said anything that I would want to rent from him for now, I can, and then we can either buy it later on, or he can figure out somewhere to sell it if it's still up to him at that time. So with that, I've rambled enough. We'll go check it out. Okay, guys. As you can see, I just got pulled in here. Kind of hate pulling into this yard sometimes because it's just kind of a tight squeeze. At least up by the house, it's kind of a tight fit. But I won't go inside and show anything inside. But he's got this nice shed here that he liked to work on semis and trucks, and he usually would work on his tractors until he built that shed there in here. But then he could kind of keep some of his stuff separated, and like if he was working on a semi, he could work on it up here and have just his egg stuff down here. But yeah, then he's got this nice in-law suite garage that you can kind of push the in-laws upstairs there, and then there's his house. Obviously, he's got this shed back there. So I thought this place would be perfect for my brother if we can get it for a relatively cheap price. But we'll see. He's got a little shed back there too that my brother can put. But yeah, there's a nice little shed back there that you can even put a mower in if he wanted to. Let's see, what does he have left? He said he sold his combine and one of his tractors, which I think it was his case tractor by the looks of it. Yeah, so his case loader's here at least. But yeah, got a sprayer in here. And here's the tractor. I'm going to rent this tractor from him for a year. I just want to see how it is. Because if you remember at the auction, there was one on the auction just like this. And I wanted to try and buy it then too, but no way I was going to afford it at that auction for as high as it went. But I can rent this for a couple of years and see see if he can give me a decent price, and then maybe buy it. Maybe I'll just set up a rent to own with him, which I realize now I'm going to be mountains in debt if I keep renting and rent to own and all this, but it's good old farming for you. So, yeah, I already closed that. We'll go ahead and close that door too. It's a nice shop, so that's why I'm trying to buy it, because this shop alone is so nice that honestly I'd keep a lot of our equipment here if I can help it. It's got 2 bins too. That's going to be really nice. I think all the crop. I need to stop whipping around. Sorry, guys. I think all the crop, at least from this farm, and honestly, I think most of our crop could probably fit in these 2 bins, because I think they're like 15,000 bushels a piece. Maybe, well, I don't know. It's been several years since I've helped him, but I think it was like 12,000 a piece then, if I remember right. 2,500 maybe, or 12,500. But yeah, we'll go back here. We don't need to go in the shed yet. But yeah, he's got an old pump, old water pump if I'm not mistaken, that goes into this tank here. But then he's got these 2 old trucks, or an old truck and an old van. Door fell off 20 years ago now. I'm surprised it looks that good. But yeah, then he's got 2 Killsborough wagons in here and his rake. New Holland mower. I think these Killsboroughs I'd be interested in. I'll see if he just wants to sell those to me rather than rent him. But yeah, the rake I don't need, the mower I don't need. This trailer I'd be interested in, just because he's got several acres of grass here that I would like, and we're far enough away from my place where I don't really want to haul 4 bales at a time. So maybe we'll see if he can rent that to me too, but I'll ask him, and the least I can do is ask, and if he wants a crazy price, then we'll just have him sell it on the sale. So this ditch got cleaned out not that long ago too, right here. It kind of separates the yard and the fields, but I'll jump up in the drone here and show you the fields. Here's the auger. So he's got a drill that I'm going to try and buy from him. A couple of wagons. I think I'm going to try and buy one of them. And then the grain cart in the back is the only things that I'm interested in here right now. I told him I don't need a planter, but and this ripper I don't need. But yeah, I think we're gonna try and get this grain cart and one of the wagons from him, and then hopefully the main reason I'm trying to rent the yard is obviously for the storage sheds, because you guys know I have piles of stuff sitting outside right now, and I hate seeing it sit outside. And honestly, what I'm hoping is I can get my combine and my wagons in here, and then some of that stuff I can just fit in my sheds then. So where to next? I guess I'll jump up in the drone now and show you guys the fields. Okay, guys, we're now up in the drone here. Here's that grass patch that I was kind of talking about. That should give me a couple bales that I can sell. He kind of wants that to stay in grass for now. If I buy it in a couple of years, then it's obviously up to me. But yeah, and then there's this chunk here. This is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think he said he just got soybeans off of it, so I think it's going to be corn. So yeah. But he also owns, so here's the part that I kind of talked about where I couldn't rent all of his ground. He owns these 3 fields. So there's this big one here in front of me. There's that strip that kind of goes down all the way into the corner here. And then there's that grass field up top there. He owns all of these 3 fields as well. And I said, there's no way I can do that right now. I mean, I get that I'm rapidly growing right now. I went from a 5-acre field to on my first year I went from a 5-acre field to then I got 30 acres total, to now next year I'm gonna have around 100 and some acres originally is what I thought, and now I'm gonna pick up another, we'll say 15 acres here if I'm not mistaken. So I'm probably gonna be close to that 160 acres ish, and then I got that grass field there, so definitely 160. But yeah, so I just don't have the capital right now to move that fast. But he did say he wouldn't sell it unless it goes to the estate before he can make it, or before I'm in a position to buy the ground, and hopefully he's still around where I can then buy this ground and we can make a good deal on it so I can keep growing. So with that, I'll go ahead and jump out of the drone here, and I'll probably just see you guys in a couple months, probably shortly after this sale, because I don't think I'm gonna cut this or put this whole video together until after that sale. So I'll see you guys in a couple months. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I guess it's not morning right now, but it'll be morning when you guys watch this, hopefully, if you watch right after I upload it. But yeah, so it is now March 6th. I checked my phone, but I think it's sitting in the truck. Yeah, it's March 6th. It was before Christmas, before I last talked to you guys. But yeah, I guess there's a couple updates I can give you out here. I'll be starting custom applicating at the co-op here next week, which is why I'm kind of giving you the update now. But let's see. We officially started this lease for this acreage site on January 1. So the sale was last weekend, I think. I'm not positive. But yeah, we bought the 2 wagons back here, the 2 Killsboro. I think I get in this side door if I remember right. Maybe this side door would be better. Yep, there we go. There's 2 Killsboros there. We bought those for $500 total. We're gonna try this trailer out. I'm not positive how I feel about it yet, so I wanted to try it out before I either lease it or I buy it from him, or before I officially lease it. I just wanted to try it out. We got my bale trailer over here, my rake, and my tedder over here, just so we can get them under a shed. Obviously, we're renting the bins, like I said before. Thankfully, these have unload chutes on the side, so we don't need to have another auger other than that one. What else? Obviously, I told you before we were going to rent the T-Track, but we just keep it over here now. We decided to rent this sprayer. I think they're the same actual length or the width, the wings when they're folded out. So I think the only like plus that having this one is going to be is that there's 1,200 gallons in that tank instead of, I think this is only 250 if I remember right. Whoops. Didn't mean to step on that. Whatever. You guys don't care that much about that, but yeah. We own, or I own this sprayer at least, this old one here. So I'm gonna keep it around while we lease this. If he decides he wants to sell it, that's completely fine with me. And then we can, like I told him, I'll help him sell whatever he wants to sell before I have a chance to buy it. That'd be fine. I'm hoping this fall we'll have a chance to be able to buy this 8410T tractor. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh, I should shut the door because there's no reason to leave that open. And shut the side door too. He's still gonna live up in the house. Thankfully, this yard split really nice, where there's a driveway over there where my truck's parked, and then there's a driveway for the house here. So he really, I mean, I guess he put this rock here back in the day so he can get down here a little bit easier. But really, he could sell off the house if he wanted to, and then we'd own the acreage, or we could buy the rest of the acreage. Completely up to him, but it's set up right now in our lease contract that after 5 years, we will have the opportunity. We will be the first ones, no matter if he's still alive or if it's in his trust after he passes. We will have the opportunity to buy the house, as well as the acreage and the 2 fields, at least these 2 fields, and we'll have an opportunity, but it's going to be a sealed bid process for the north fields that are on the other side of the creek that I'm not renting right now. So yeah, but this acreage in these 2 fields, all this stuff will be, we'll have the opportunity to either say no, we don't want to buy it, or yes, we'll buy it, and we will work out a price then. I think my understanding as it sits right now, he hasn't confirmed that, but he said he's going to try and get it written into his trust that there's going to be a set price, and whenever, if he were to make it all 5 years, let's say we owe $250,000 left on the acreage, which I think is actually pretty close to what we will owe. But if that's what we owe yet, whether it's him or his trust, we will pay $250,000 for what's left of the acreage part, and then the ground or the fields, he's going to put a set price in there, but I don't know what that's going to be yet either. So yeah, we obviously bought the auger with the place too, or not with the place, but when so we can use it for the bins, and we'll keep it around even if we don't end up buying this place, which I'm 100% positive we will. Right now, at least as it sits, we will be buying it, but 5 years down the road, that's up to my brother if he wants to live up there or not. And I think that'd be the only way we actually buy this place, is if he actually wants to buy the house and stuff. So yeah, anyways, bought the drill like I told you. We brought our combine over just because we can get more room, and there's a ton more room in this shed. Outlets everywhere. Bought the grain cart like I had hoped. I guess that's an update too. I sold my deer one that I haven't even used, have never even used, but it was $500 on an auction, and then got damaged by the tornado. So then we had some extra, repaint and rebuild on it. So I got $1,000 out of scrap. Basically, I lost $500 on that grain cart still, but oh well. This was my wagon that I had sitting in my shed, bought at the auction last fall. And then this is one of the 2 that he had available, and I bought it from him, and I said, you might as well just sell the other one, because we don't have enough ground to justify as many wagons as I have right now anyways. But since I'm usually alone farming right now, I have everything I have just so I can make sure I don't have to make so many trips to town, and don't have to stop because I have one wagon and every 5 seconds I fill it up. So yeah, anyways, we got my J&M backed in here too. Do these lights still work? I can't remember. Oh, yep, they do. One of these sheds, I think it must have been that old oh, don't do that. I think the old cattle shed over here, that the wagon, uh, the old Killsboro and my old Parker wagon are parked in the header. I think this one he said doesn't have power anymore, unfortunately. Which, I mean, yeah, kind of obvious when you look at. Oh, I thought that door still worked, but nope, that's off the tracks too. Oh well, this used to have lights in it. I think he removed them all and then he cleaned up the inside. This used to be like a raccoon and bird crap heaven, which up top might still be, but he cleaned it up pretty nice in the past couple years. The old silo hasn't held anything in several years. And an old truck that or car that I forgot was back here. Oh well. Alrighty, guys. I know this is probably kind of a boring video and no one's probably going to watch it because it's just kind of updates on life, updates on the farm, and, you know, opportunities in the area that have come up and that have worked out. So with that, all right. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to beautiful Taheton County, Iowa. Today, it is actually the second week of March now. So I didn't film it, but the last couple weeks I've been kind of spreading fertilizer and lime for a lot of the local guys through the co-op that I work for, obviously. But today we ironically are going to be spreading my ground. We're going to start at the newly rented ground over by the guy that used to work with my grandpa. And then we are going to come over here and start spreading on all of our ground, since, you know, the rest of it's just around here, basically. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and head into work. It's about 7:30 probably, if I had to guess. I think. I don't know, my alarm clock goes off at 6 nowadays. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and call my Chevy here, and I will see you guys at the co-op. Okay, guys, just getting into work here, as you can like no one else is really moving much. Well, actually, I take that back. It looks like my fertilizer tender's already left for the morning, which I did tell him I was going to be in around 7:30, so I wouldn't be surprised if I think he was filled up last night, so go ahead and get parked over here by the office. Go in, punch in, and then I will see you guys probably out at our new field. Okay, guys, as you can see, I am now already at the place that, you know, place. I'm at the guy that used to work with my grandpa. I'm at his place next to our new field to us. And we're going to spread lime on both of these fields, and then we'll see how much lime we have left. We still have a significant amount of lime, which I think there's even still two hoppers on the truck here that are full of lime. We'll spread as much as we can here. If we got a bunch left, we'll go over and spread it on one of the other fields by my house. And then we'll come back and load up with our two dry products. So with that, I probably kept you guys waiting enough. I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse of spreading lime in this lovely John Deere R49, or not R, 4940. Sorry, I forgot what the number was. I should probably remember it considering I've been sitting in it for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, enjoy this time lapse. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse there of spreading basically lime on this field and then the two over there and then a little bit in the one right here and then spreading fertilizer on the two new fields and then this field. As you guys can remember last fall when I was going to go put anhydrous and stuff on, this field was already full and they didn't need any, and so did the one right on the other side there. And since I'm renting them, I'm not going to put extra on there, as well as the two in the back on the other side of the railroad. They're both good too. So we're done fertilizer spreading for today. I'll see you, or obviously I'm gonna drive this back and then probably do some bookwork and stuff that I got to do there to like tell them what I did and see how much fertilizer we put on, and then they can bill me appropriately for my fields. Um, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and run this back and then get that stuff done, and I will see you guys probably after work today. So see you then. All right, guys, it's about 6 o'clock now, a little bit after, or a little bit before, but it looks like everyone's kind of getting back, parking things away. I got my spreader parked way in the back there, if you can see. Looks like one of the sprayers, or all three of the sprayers are back already. I think the other anhydrous rig's right on the other side there. Yeah, you can see the front end there. But they had to move my truck at one point so delivery could get in, which makes sense. I probably shouldn't park right in front of the office. But yeah, we got everything spread. I helped them get all the paperwork done for the billing for all my fertilizer and lime. Yeah, well, fertilizer and lime are synonymous to me, so they both help the crop. So, with that being said, I think that'll just be the end of this episode. Next episode, if you guys come back, which hopefully you do, we will be doing field work and probably planting. I think I think that's where we're at. I don't think I can film much more here for now, at least on the co-op side, because like I've told you guys before, I'm only going to film when I'm on my ground and working my ground. And then it just feels like a right to privacy for the guys that don't ask for it to be filmed on the ground, if that makes sense. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to beautiful Taheton County, Iowa. Today we're going to be planting. It is April, or the second week in April now, and we need to get to planting corn. I got in the last episode, you guys saw I got all the fertilizer spread, and I got all the lime spread on, well, I think just this field and the new fields over by my landlord's ground over there, or the guy that my grandpa used to farm with. Anyways, uh, but we got after I got off, or after I stopped recording, I got the fertilizer spread on, or the lime spread on this field, which already has weeds coming up. That was fast. This field and the one there, and then my two other ones back there. This is gonna be the last year we farm those two back there. But I wanted to make sure, since it used to be my grandpa's ground, but now the other guy owns it. Um, I want to make sure the next people have the best ground possible. I know lime is kind of a thing that normally you would just put on if you know you're going to have it for a couple more years. But I like to leave it better than I found it, kind of thing, you know. These planes are already out flying around again this morning. But yeah, so we're going to jump in the T-track here. All we need to cultivate is the little patch here where we chisel plowed last fall, as you can see. Some of it kind of got run over by the disc when I disced up all the grass on the hillside here. But we will go ahead and cultivate all this and get our level off, and then we will be planting this field tonight yet. And then I think that's all we're going to plant for corn. Looks like one of my bean pallets must have fallen. Yep, looks like it did. You were supposed to be up top on top of this one. But I'll get that moved before I need to plant. But this morning I already got the fertilizer I need and all the corn seed, and then this yellow cropland pallets, a mix of corn seed and some soybean seed. But yeah, there's probably more fertilizer than I need, but the one is completely full of liquid starter fertilizer, and this one's half full. So I just kind of bought it from them because they're like, you can just kind of have it at half rate if you take it off our hands, because they don't like at the co-op, they don't like having half tanks around. It's just half or less, or I mean, there could be 5 gallons in a tote, but they can't throw it away because then they'd be throwing product away. But this way, they can at least get rid of the tote too. So, with that, let's go ahead and jump in the T track here, and I hope you enjoy this time lapse of cultivating. Okay guys, welcome back after that little time lapse of cultivating there. I got that all finished. I got the planter all loaded and it's plenty loud right now. I just crawled back here and I wanted to make sure everything's looking right, which it's closing and everything, so it looks good. Make sure I got all the way into the corner here. Looks like I did. Looks good. It is just the outside row, so I'm not too concerned about depth yet because the outside row is a lot fluffier than the rest of the field, or at least especially when I get over here to this end row. This is going to be a lot more packed because of all the traffic that came in and out of this field last year, between after the buildings got torn or blown down by the storm, and then working up that hillside and normal harvest stuff. So yeah, with that, this field's gonna be corn. We got to get it worked, or got to get it planted here. So I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse of planting corn. Okay, guys. As you guys saw there, we got everything planted in this field. Now we're actually going to run over. I'm going to bring this truck and some of the seed over to our other farmyard that we're renting next to the ground that we're going to plant next. But I'm going to get the sprayer and bring that back here so I can possibly spray off. Not this field because this field's going to be corn. So when I plant it, it should kill most of the weeds, I think. Or well, maybe we'll spray both of these fields, but the other field in back is soybeans. So this field's corn, that field's going to be corn. The one in back there is going to be soybeans. The other two are going to be soybeans back there, and then the field at the new the new field is going to be corn as well over there. So with that, I got to bring the 84 or the T-track over with the cultivator because we got to cultivate down some ridges from the guy that owned it last. He chisel plowed it, so. We're going to go ahead and run over there and cultivate that quick in this episode. And then next episode, we'll probably be getting ready for soybeans. And well, probably planting soybeans and getting, and probably putting down a pre on some of the soybeans, pre-emergence. Yeah, let's, I was going to run this over, but I think I'm going to run this over, cultivate, and then I'll come back and we'll bring this over to get the sprayer. So let's go ahead and head over there and get that cultivated. Okay, boys and girls, here we are. We're down at our new field here. If you guys can remember, we're renting this acreage with the hopes of buying it here. Well, it's rent to own. This acreage and these two fields here. We're renting it from the guy that my grandpa used to farm with. He lives up in that house for now. The goal is eventually, my brother, when he's done with college here in a couple of years, he'll move out here, and then we'll have these 2 yards. And this one's really nice. It's kind of got stuff spread out and big storage sheds here and a nice machine shed or shop shed. Better sprayers in there. But yeah, like I told you when I was at my house, we got to get this field cultivated because we're going to plant this to corn yet today. And I also need to get the sprayer back so I can load it up with some Duo and get to spraying some pre-emergence on some ground. So with that, let's jump back in the 84 10T here and we will get to cultivating this field. I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse again. and I need to wash her off good before I kind of park her back in the shed for a little while we wait for everything to come up so we can do second pass on soybeans and do second pass on corn if we need to, which we shouldn't need to, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, we got to get that field planted with soybeans now, so we'll go ahead and jump in the old 8310 and we'll get going to that. I think I already filled it up. I shouldn't need anything else. So I hope you guys, I know I just came out of a time lapse, but here's another time lapse, and I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse as well. We're gonna Okay, guys, we got the sprayer backed in there, not backed in there, but pulled in there. I got my truck pulled out, and for some reason I shut it off. But you know what? I'll just do my outro here. This is probably kind of a weird spot to do it, but I hope you guys enjoyed that video of uh, pre-emergent spraying on soybeans and then planting soybeans. I hope you guys do come back for another one. If you do, or well, if you did like it, obviously please subscribe down below so then you do come back and get the little notification that I have posted again. So with that, do the stuff down below. As always, like, subscribe, comment if you want, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.